Welcome to this week's Bushel Up. Brandon coming to you from Central City today. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Do apologize, we're coming out a few days late this week. Normally we're on Tuesdays, this week we're on Fridays. Just a lot of conflicts, some conferences, grower events, a lot of plot tours, different get-togethers going on this time of the year. And that's a great thing. I've had opportunity to go to a few corn growers, soybean management field days, pro farmer tour, and just get to interact with a few of you, talk about 2026, what's worked, what we feel like we can do better. Hopefully you've had that opportunity the last couple weeks, if not in the next couple weeks, to go to some of those events. Also get into your fields, look around, see what we can learn here at the end. The crop will tell us a lot. I noticed driving up and down the road, we're seeing some fields start to turn. Is that normal maturity, or do we have a nitrogen where we're running short? Did we miss some disease? All those things we need to be paying attention to so we can make great decisions for next year. The core of Owner's Acres has always been, if it's not broke, don't fix it. So we want to really highlight the things that are working. You know what's proven on your farm, so we want to make sure we do those things really well. But we also encourage you to look at one or two new things. Maybe there's a gap that you can identify in your operation, or something you want to become more efficient with, you want to improve on. So we aim to bring you some of those ideas, some of those solutions, and want you to come out. We are doing Owner's Acres tours, more on kind of a private event, coming through smaller groups. So if you're interested in coming down, reach out to your local location. We want those to be more customized, more personalized, kind of like we did last year. So if you're looking for the big calendar invite, we're doing things on a small scale, and encourage you to come with your local agronomist, your local Aurora Co-op rep, and go through with us. Wanted to highlight Central City here. A lot of times we do these videos in Aurora, we talk about some of the things we're doing down there, crop progress. We don't talk a lot about some of the things we're researching and looking at. Here we're looking at nitrogen. We do a lot of research up here on the sandy loam soils. Having grown up and spent my whole career in the Central Platte NRD, I always kind of get a little cynical when I hear companies and podcasts all of a sudden start talking about nitrogen management, because there have been organizations like the Central Platte NRD, myself, a lot of researchers up here that have been working really hard on nitrogen for 30 plus years. This isn't a new problem. Just because the nitrogen prices get high doesn't mean we all of a sudden try to manage it better. We should always be doing that. So here we're looking at, just traditional timing, placement, form of nitrogen. Those three things have always been critical. They're the key successes. Irrigation is another, and water management's an important part of nitrogen management. And then we do have the new tools. We have the microbial products, some of the biostimulant, different tools that have come about in the past 5-10 years. And so we're looking at those. We're looking at how do those complement a nitrogen program, how do they fit together to make a really efficient nitrogen program when we combine microbes, maybe some residue management along with our traditional nitrogen program. So about 6 different treatments here, replicated at different rates. We repeat that work at Aurora. We're repeating that work down at Hastings. Really excited to see what we learn. We've been tissue testing, soil sampling throughout the summer, just watching some of the different trends. We'll be excited to share that with you in the winter. As well as some of the other research that we do up here. A lot of you are familiar. This is a high pH field. We're able to look at hybrids. Soybean varieties are really critical. Some of the different iron treatments. When you get into high pH soils, nutrient tie-up becomes a big thing. So how do we release nutrients and manage those appropriately when we get into some of these tougher environments? A lot of this work will translate to some of the eroded clay hillsides and the rougher ground, where we run into high pH as well. So a little background to what we do up here at Central City. Looking forward to getting to harvest here in a few weeks. Crop-wise, still be on the lookout. We've had a few southern rust hotspots pop up, almost field by field case, where neighboring fields don't have it very bad, but maybe it's a little bit of the hybrid tolerance, maybe a little bit of the infection timing. So we are still applying some fungicides for southern rust. We are still seeing some insects. We've got some picnic beetles, still some Japanese beetles hanging around, looking at some aphids in places. So it's not time to take the foot off the gas quite yet if you have a problem. We have some later fields too that we're still monitoring very closely. So as you're out there, you know, I look here, this was planted around the 5th, 6th of May, quarter milk line. So, you know, we still got probably 3 weeks of filling to go, 3 to 4 weeks to black layer. So we want to still take care of these crops, keep looking at your fields. Hopefully with the rains and the, you know, break from irrigation here the last week to 2 weeks, recharge the batteries a little bit. It's Friday night lights tonight. Life is good, a little chill in the air. Hopefully, guessing this first night will be a little warm, but good luck to all the athletes out there as fall sports have started up. Stay safe, everybody, and we'll talk to you next week.